Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Luthfi Assyathiriy, and in this video, uh, I want to talk about language comparison, and this video for my final assignment. Okay, we look at my mapping. Uh, Language comprehension. Language comprehension is the ability to understand the various elements of spoken or written language, such as word meaning and how words are combined to form sentence. One of the foundation of reading comprehension is language comprehension. And also that spoken word recognition. The perception of spoken words appears to be difficult task. Species distributed in time, a fleeting signal with few reliable cues to a segment and word boundaries. The lack of cues cause what is known as the segmentation problem, or how listeners hear a squinch of discrete unit despite the fact that the acoustic signal is continuous. The next is printed word recognition. Reading and writing are newer and less common. Speech is as old as our species and can be found in all human civilizations. This fact suggests that readers will use the visual presentations provided by print to reconstruct the message phonological and linguistic structure. And the next is the mental decision. So far, we have not said much about the nature of the information that listeners and readers access in their mental decision. We will now return to this subject. The questions of reader, the mental decision is organized by morpheme or by words, is related to the trade-off between computation and storage in language processing. The next is a comparison of sentence and discourse. As important as word recognition is, understanding language necessitates far more than simply combining the meanings of individual words. We must combine meanings in ways that respect the grammar of the language and are sensitive to the possibility that language is being used metaphorically or non-literally. Psycholinguistics have approached the phenomenon of sentence comparison in a variety of ways. The next phenomena common to reading and listening comprehension. Comparisons of written and spoken language can be challenging, in part because it is not always easy to identify the constituents words of sentence and how they relate to one another. The position of a specific constituent within the grammatical structure might be ambiguous either temporarily or permanently. Studies of how people resolve grammatical ambiguities, like studies of lexical ambiguities, have provided insight into language comprehension process. Consider the following sentence: the second wife will claim the inheritance as her own. The next phenomenon specific to the comparison of spoken language. The theories and phenomena that we have discussed thus far apply to both spoken and written language comprehension. One unique listening challenge stemmed from the ephemeral nature of speech. People are unable to rehear what they have just heard in the same way that readers can move their eyes back into the text. However, that fact that humans have evolved to process auditory language rather than written language suggests that this might not be such a problem. And so the last is phenomena specific to the comparison of written language. Yeah, written language contains data that the auditory signal does not. Many language, for example, explicitly indicate word boundaries, and reads seldom have the kinds of signal quality degradation that listeners in noisy environments do. Okay, I think that's my explanation about my mapping. And in my last segment, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.